Let's see here. Let's let people kind of settle in. Let's have the feed update here.
I've never just seen a YouTube live.
Yeah, this is new.
It's already got a thumbs up.
Truly?
Really?
Let's refresh this thing.
Wait, Truly is following this?
Well, they're sponsoring it.
Truly is sponsored.
That-
Truly whiskey.
Truly. They're new. They're new.
Cool. We're up and running. Excellent. Do you guys, real quick, just want to throw up just one more IG story, whatever, on your phones? I know Ryan's is charging over there.
I mean, I'll throw up if you want me to.
While they do that, you guys, hello and welcome again to the Stouting Off podcast. I'm your host now and forevermore, Drew Stoutenberg. You guys know this already. And this is the first episode of its kind as we're live with two of my best friends in the galaxy. I've got Ryan Graham and Will Woodington. Guys, how are you? What's going on?
We're pretty.
We're good.
Conjunctively pretty good.
They're good, I would say, for the most part. And yeah. So
We're excited to spout off.
I have some
Yeah,
topics.
specifically
actually.
spout off. There's not going to be any stouting off here.
I have some topics, and
Stopics.
listen, the reason. How do you like that, Ryan?
It's nice.
What did you pour him there, Will?
It's
Tastes-
different. It
Tastes like lemongrass. I'm getting like a lemongrass node.
Huh?
No.
Node, a nodule.
St. Liberty Rye.
Oh, beautiful. Is that one of your sponsors for your bourbon account?
They did send me this. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, for those of you who don't know, Will is, in many senses, a savant, a connoisseur of fine whiskey. He runs a whiskey account called Bonded in Bottles, and
that's accurate.
And yeah, so he frequently gets these distilleries to just send him free bottles. You know,
How does he do it?
How does he do it,
How
Ryan?
does he do it?
That's one thing I will never. I told you guys I would never.
He's
tell
always
you.
said that. He has
I would never
always
tell you.
said that.
He would never divulge.
From day one, he
I
has
won't.
always said that.
How many years have I said that?
Because the competition is thick. Like, think about if you told Stout might email the
He's gonna do
companies,
it.
and he
And
might get 'em.
I have tried that actually.
Yeah.
When you did divulge,
Yeah.
you broke your golden rule and you
And
divulged.
Even though he said he would never do it, how he actually does it is he just sends a cold email.
That's it. He says,
Or a cold call.
or a cold cut.
Or 3 cold cuts and 1 cold call, and you're in. I mean, not only bottles, but other stuff too. Merchandise, coolers.
It's that
koozies.
simple.
It's really easy. Nobody else is doing it, so it's great.
No.
I'm looking at the live chat. This is cool. It's right here in the thing.
What do we got? What are the fans
Lauren
saying?
Strom says, "Hey boys,
What's
Hey,
up,
Lauren.
Laura?
first guest." Did you guys watch that episode? Did you catch that episode?
I haven't watched it yet.
Not
Come
yet.
on.
I have to say,
These guys have never seen the podcast.
No, the truth of the matter is, I was jealous that I wasn't the first
Hey.
when I thought that I was going to be. So, Lauren, we're not good.
We're not good, right?
We're not
And
good.
I thought I was going to be the first.
Well,
Well-
neither of us were shot.
Yeah.
Without giving
that's
too
why-
much away, I have both of you slated to be on the podcast in Q4 of 2020 of this year.
And did you
Not-
check with my magistrate?
Accountant.
I checked with the local magistrate, and they issued a subpoena saying I could do it. So
Not
I
to
haven't
give too
received
much
it.
away, but both of us are going to be on the show, which is giving it all away.
right.
There's nothing else to it. We're just going to be guests.
There's nothing out. There's nothing left to give away, Rye.
So so we're in Michigan right now. I don't know if you guys knew this, but we're in actual Michigan. Move to Nashville or quit whining, though, says Lauren. Wow. I think that's directed probably at both of you guys, I have to imagine.
Go ahead.
I insist.
No, but I would.
Okay, with that being said, it's one of the greatest cities on earth. And I just started thinking that within the past 6 weeks.
Recently.
Within the past
I was going to
6
say
weeks.
that has to be recent because the last time I heard you talking about it, you were like, did I make a massive
Did I
mistake?
make fake it till you make it? You know what it's like. I mean,
I faked it. I'm still faking it.
Really?
I don't know how to play my instrument, and I'm in a band.
no, that's not what I was talking about. Ryan lives in Los Angeles, California, city of angels, city of Nagels, city of Joel Nagels. And
I've most likely never been.
it's true. I would actually venture a very confident guess that he's never been there. Ooh, that reminds me. I'm getting a text from producer Jordan right now. He says, "Looking great, boys."
But we're missing him.
We are
missing
missing him. Jordan.
when I watch the podcast, I'm just picturing where he is, just sat, just right behind the camera, talking to you, like you're talking to him, basically, like you're talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Looking just effortlessly hot.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
I
Yeah,
ruined the
easily.
joke because I stuttered about 6 to 7 times, and just a minor stroke that I had. I'm recovering now.
It's your first time on camera. It's
looks-
acceptable.
Yeah.
Listen. So Ryan, you live in Los Angeles now, and that's what I wanted to ask. For a while, you were kind of faking it till you made
Yeah.
it. Have you made it?
Like, have I made
Do you like it
the
now?
decision?
Do you
that
like it now?
I like
Yeah.
it? Yeah. I mean, actually, you know what? I faked it. Well, I guess I just didn't like it until I moved there. Once I moved there, I liked it.
Okay.
But I hated LA the first time I went. First few times, honestly, that I went. And, you know, there's crappy parts to it, but I'm liking it. I love sitting inside because of COVID. Like, I love
Really?
paying like a high rent and living in LA and just being like, you also can't do this, or this. So, you know, my experience has been pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's me too in a new city. But to be fair, I bought this house and I moved in the week before they said, hey, we're shutting things down. You got to stay home. And I thought, wow,
got a lot done.
I got my new digs. Yeah, painting rooms, hanging shelves.
Yeah.
It was great. Those just mainly those 2 tasks.
I
But
had like so many shelves.
so
to
many
paint,
shelves.
like,
You can't even see my walls anymore. It's just shelving.
Which you sometimes use to get into the attic. You climb the
That's
shelves.
right. They're dual purpose.
Yes.
Exactly. You knew I put those L brackets in.
Yeah. Well, I know you put some L brackets in, but not that many.
Ryan, let me see your mic for a second. We have to turn this up. This is producer Jordan's orders. All right.
Also,
Proxy producer.
I'm gonna try something else too.
You gonna sit it down somewhere?
No, I'm gonna hold it like a wine glass.
He's doing this with it. He's agitating the mic.
How is the connection?
Ooh, this has a nice connection.
My voice.
What is
sound
that?
deeper?
Sonoma Valley?
I think I detect some treble.
So I flew in today. I flew in from Nashville, Tennessee. I woke up at 4:40 this morning. Producer Jordan picked me up and drove me to the airport at 5 a.m.
Godsend.
The best producer in the business, and I've said that time after time, you guys.
And he doesn't. He doesn't get paid enough.
He doesn't yet.
Honestly, he might unionize soon.
He has a full crew pretty soon, and they on strike outside my house. I thought we were recording tonight. They're just
Just
picketing.
walking up and down your hallway, not even outside the house. Just
He has a key.
Hallway.
He has a spare key to your house. There's no doubt about it. He's inside.
He does. In fact, right now he has a key to my car, which is in Nashville too. I said, "Hey, listen, it's a 2013 Volkswagen Golf." I said, "Hey, listen,
Most legroom in his class.
most legroom in its class as awarded by JD Power and Associates," and he knows this because every time he ever got into my car while we were living together from the years of 2015 to 19, I would say that.
And it wasn't true.
It was never
wasn't true at
It was
all.
a fabrication. But as I was leaving today, I said, "Hey, Jord, if you ever want," threw him the keys. While I'm out, man, the car is all yours.
Take
man.
it for a spin. Listen, I will tell you this, Jordan, if you're listening, which you are, you can park that thing anywhere. It does not matter how tight the turn is, how small the space is. It will fit.
It's getting in there. Honestly, that's what I love most. Probably I love most about my car as well. I drive a Jeep Wrangler and it's way smaller than you'd
Oh, you
think.
still have the Wrangler.
Yeah.
It can fit.
Yeah, if you looked at it from above, I feel like it does not occupy.
It's a small
space.
box.
It's a tall guy, but it doesn't occupy a lot of.
Well,
lateral
listen,
nothing.
I recently got it lifted, and
Oh.
I'm feeling way more. What's the word? Yeah, bud. That's what I would describe myself as. Yeah, bud.
The testosterone levels
they
increase
through the roof.
tenfold.
Dude,
probably.
I just went out and bought a couple NASCAR shirts. Now I'm feeling good.
You still doing the Jeep Wave? This number off the steering wheel?
Getting my Jeep Wave return is unbelievably
The ROI 's not
low
paying out.
in LA. It's
Yeah.
low because everyone's just looking at their phone while they're driving.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
don't care about you. They don't care about the Jeep community, and that's one thing.
That's one thing that I have a strike against LA, and it's because the Jeep community there is not very friendly.
And you stole the words right out of my mouth as I was about to place them into your mouth. So here we go. It's just like that. It's tit for tat. I flew in this morning.
Like a mother bird to her baby.
She masticates the worm, and So I flew. I flew in from Nashville, Tennessee this morning. Listen, flying in COVID is actually kind of nice.
I was anxious all day yesterday.
Were you wearing the mask?
I was wearing a mask and a face shield.
Oh, respect.
I flew American, which they must be doing horribly because it was sold out.
Really?
Every seat was taken. I sat next to a guy who was trying to talk to me the entire time.
You're like, sir, does the mask and the shield not give it away?
Even
and
talking
the headphones?
even talking pre-COVID to someone is an offense.
Yes.
Talking to them this far away on a flight from L.A. to Detroit.
Falling asleep on my shoulder, and literally drooling on my shoulder.
Drool is coming through the mask at this point.
I was just like, sir,
Right here
please.
through the mask.
And on the first
You got a little
flight,
something on your
the two
mask.
people next to me became best friends. They chatted the entire time.
So you were window? You were window?
I was aisle.
You were aisle.
I was aisle.
Are you always aisle if you have your choice?
I prefer window, but
me
I
too.
pee a lot. So aisle is nice, so because I don't have to bother
I
anybody.
never pee, dude.
I never pee either.
I never pee on flights.
What? Why?
No, I
In
don't.
fact, when I went to Japan, both ways, I didn't get up either time. Either way, I do not get up
To
on flights.
Japan?
Japan, 13 hours.
Now that is extensive.
I got a kidney stone. I paid for it for the next 8 months. Trust me.
dude.
I had to get it removed the
Bladder
second I
infection
landed.
for sure.
Couldn't figure out where to go. I'd never been in Japan.
Well, it turns out in Tokyo Narita Airport, they do have an on-site urologist that can do kidney stone removal.
As soon as you get
Right,
off the
As soon
flight.
as you get off, yeah, and so it was no issue.
Before you even check your bags, go to the urologist right before. It's right
because
there.
it's so common.
There's a
that-
urologist spinning around on the carousel that you can pluck him from the carousel. Come here. You're
Yes.
gonna be my
And they have-
urologist.
and you know, you've been there. I mean, you've seen the
Hey, I've
rooms.
been there. Everybody's been there, man. Yeah.
It's so incredibly stupid.
It's very, very stupid.
So listen, I flew in on Delta though. They're seating everybody with no middle seats, and I tell you what, man, they're strict on the mask. They say it, 4 or 5 times throughout the flight, and this was only an hour 8-minute flight too. But right when you get on, they give you this little Purell hand sanitizer packet. It's curated and made specifically for Delta. You get in there, you wipe down the hand sanitizer. They take it before they even close the door to the
You wipe
cabin.
down the hand sanitizer itself because that's
Well, they
dirty
give you
as
a
well.
bottle and
Yeah,
you
but
wipe
you gotta,
down the bottle.
You
and then
gotta, you gotta think who's doing that. Yeah, they're touching it with their hands.
That's it. So somebody's got to.
Somebody's got to wipe down.
Why not the
sanitizer.
passenger? And so I was just enjoying this. I liked the guy. He seemed friendly. In other words, the reason I say he gave me a good impression was when I said, "Hey, mate, I'm right next to you here." He said, "Oh, cool, no problem." I was like, "Oh, actually, you're a nice guy."
He smiled with his eyes
He
because that's all
did.
you
He was
could
like
see.
this. Yep, he was cheesing. I could tell. You can tell when people are smiling with the masks on. I just recently started washing my mask. And this wasn't on the run sheet, but I just started washing the mask. You know this, Will. I was wearing that one mask for like 2 months.
Yeah.
You got to wash these
Full
things.
of COVID.
Oh yeah.
It was chock full of COVID.
Well, yeah. I have a reusable one as well, and I didn't wash that thing nearly as much as I should have. Like for a while,
You got to wash it.
you have to wash it.
You
And
must.
Wash it.
one of the things that keyed in for it, I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Went to the gym, right? Went to Planet Fitness because one opened up a block away from here.
True. You could jog there, and I hope you do.
I could jog there. I don't.
Fair.
But
That's fair.
That said,
I can't judge for that.
yeah. But I'm like, I walk in, I have my mask on. Everyone's wearing their masks on the machine, on the treadmills and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I have to run with my mask on.
Yep.
And
got wet.
It's not the end of the world, but I
It's
was
darn near close.
every inhale, which I was gasping for breath at that point, was full of sweat. And at that point, I'm going to wash the mask.
Yeah,
of course.
you have
And now
to.
I wash it regularly.
Yeah.
But it's an oversight. You don't really think about it.
No, and you're exactly right. It's one of these things. Hey, we're figuring it out as we navigate this new season of life.
So okay, can I? It's kind of a rabbit trail, but
No.
it's a little bit.
These rabbit trails are welcome.
Okay, so do you have on-site laundry in your unit? Like
Yes.
in your not inside your unit though.
Inside my unit.
Oh, you have it in here.
Yes.
He's got it right on deck
And
here.
you
right
have
around
it
the corner.
inside.
Right behind you, dude.
Yes.
It's running. It's like, oh, it's so
it's
quiet.
right back here somehow. There's a secret door that opens up and there's laundry.
You have to
It's
twist
not a
that
cool
ball.
craft cocktail bar back here. It's not like a speakeasy. It's
I'm
just
running
laundry.
a speakeasy with a washer and dryer in case anyone wants a drink and needs to do
And to
some
wash their
laundry.
mask.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I was
right.
going to say because I live in an apartment for the first time that I don't have an in-unit washer and dryer.
Ooh.
I have coin laundry downstairs, so it's not crazy, but
Is that a couple dollars a cycle?
it's
or
like
so?
$1.25, whatever.
Fair. All right.
But the problem was that nobody is touching coins. There's a coin shortage, and like I was like, where can I go to get coins? And then I realized, oh well, there's a coin laundry down the street. So I was going to get coins from the coin laundry and not do laundry there, but to bring them back and do coin laundry at my house, in my apartment.
I'm tracking.
And so when I pull up,
Will, it looks like Will's trying to figure out a calculus equation in his head right now.
It's just because he went to a coin laundry facility to go get coins.
to literally
only.
exchange dollars,
Didn't
to
do his
get
laundry
coins.
there while he was there.
Well, so here's
just
the
breaking
actual
a dollar.
story. I get there, and before I even walk in, there's a sign that says, if you're not doing laundry here, you cannot use the coin machine.
Oh, no.
And I was just thinking, okay, first of all, there's a coin shortage, and
There's
I
a
know you
coin
got the
shortage.
coins. I need the coins. So I go inside.
Cough 'em up.
I stick my dollar in the coin. As I'm inserting my dollar into the coin machine, a woman comes out from behind
The
coin machine.
No, she came out from a door, but it was right behind the coin machine.
What do you think you're doing?
Her head
So-
pops out from the quarter slot.
I immediately knew that she was going to say, sir, like, you can't do that, obviously. And so she comes out and she was like, are you doing laundry here? And I was like, yeah, of course. Of course. I
Obviously.
said, of course. Had no laundry,
laundry?
had nothing, had a dollar
You
bill
start
in my
taking
hand.
the clothes
I was
off your body.
looking guilty. And I was like, yeah, of course. So she was like, oh, well, where are your clothes? I was like, oh, they're in the car, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go get them.
Yeah.
And so obviously, they weren't in the car and I was going to leave after that. But the worst part about it is that my dollar was bent. And so it got rejected. I didn't even get the quarters that I was trying to
All
sneak.
you got was a harsh rebuke and a slap on the wrist.
So all that to say, I don't wash my mask
Jeez.
because I can't afford it. I can't afford to wash the mask.
So wait, in your normal coin-operated laundry routine, where do you source your coins from?
The bank.
Just daily life?
I have to go to the bank. I literally have to go to the
Has
bank
to
and
write
wait
up
in line.
a withdrawal slip, $1.25 all in quarters, please. Account number.
Dude,
You want my account number?
that's miserable. Honestly, like, I am so glad I have laundry in unit now. So when I was living in Ferndale, it was like a 4-unit, really old building.
Yeah.
And the washer and dryer were shared amongst everyone, and they were in the basement.
Yep.
So I'd have to come down my stairs, go outside, come around to the back of the building, get in the back door, go down those stairs, then throw my laundry in.
It's simply not fair.
God forbid if anyone else was doing laundry, because then it's a whole trip back to
You're
my
making the
apartment.
trek.
I remember those stairs.
Yeah.
A lot of stairs, man. A lot of corners.
Yeah. A lot of corners. There were 6, 7 corners.
You go around a corner and there's another one.
there's another corner.
Just
Yeah.
when you think you reached your last one.
No.
I remember moving you out of that apartment that one day.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a whole moving party, and it turned out to just be me and Johnny, I think.
Yeah, so
Here
it was
we
just
go.
you and Johnny.
But you know what? You repaid the favor a couple years later when I moved down to Nashville.
In a big way.
In a big way.
I have helped everyone I know move.
It doesn't
every
matter if
every
it's
single person
within
I know,
the city, the state, whatever.
I've helped them move at some point.
That's
I have
just
to
not true.
real quick put a pin in that and say we've got a couple watch parties. We've got a couple watch parties happening right now.
Really?
I just got to watch.
Timex or
Yeah, they're selling them.
Rolex.
And we sourced all of these
like
Timex
it's like
watches
Mary
from
Kay.
Target. Yeah. We've got a Gessler
scheme.
garage party. It seems.
Wow.
That was actually sent by Taylor, so it
I
looks
feel
like,
like
at least,
that's just down the street.
yeah.
It is.
In
Well,
a lot
pretty
of ways,
much.
it is.
In some ways it is. In some ways it's not. But
With a Maury gift. We've also got a watch party at producer Jordan's house.
Jordan.
Producer
Oh.
Jordan has family in town, and yeah, everybody's hanging out in Nashville watching the podcast. Where are you guys tuning in from? I'm curious. Andrew Morey seems active in the chat. Lauren Strom, where are you tuning in from? Just out of curiosity. So shout out the comments in the comments. And actually, while you're in the comments, I want to say this. Before we even really get started, I realize I don't know.
I was just going to say, we've just been ripping, and we were about to get started.
This was all the intro. Before we get started, real quick, take a moment and subscribe to the Stouting Off podcast channel on YouTube. You owe it to us.
It costs nothing.
Should be down
Should
there.
be down.
It's
Where would it be?
It's like right here. It's here.
Producer Jordan, if he was in the room right now, he would somehow put an overlay sticker on the frame in real time.
It'd be beautiful.
It would be beautiful. Yes. We miss him. You're missed, Jordan. And so, with that being said, let's get started with the show. Welcome again to the Stouting Off podcast, where we spout off commentary on the everyday. Halloween's around the corner, guys.
and I'll never forget it.
And you never will. And you've always said that as well. That's one of your core tenets in life.
I'll never forget Halloween, I swear.
How is it mid-October already?
Well, do you want to take this one, Ryan?
I've
We were about to say the exact
I've
same
been
thing.
asking you guys this question, and no one has responded. And I'm just curious, how is it October already? Mid-October already?
It's a fair question.
Just this, it's this, the same time every year, and it never it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
that it happens then. Now.
Just like it happens now. The reason is,
I
George,
totally understand now. I totally
You've
understand
been asking
now.
for the answer. We gave it to you.
What was that haiku that
the
you just
reason
spit
you
out of
never
your
got
mouth?
the answer is because you weren't ready for it. Obviously.
Oh, right. I wasn't mature enough.
You have to ask us next year.
Yes.
I really want to be Mrs. Stoutfire. I want to be Mrs.
Yes.
Doubtfire for Halloween this year with $200 spent on a prosthetic makeup job, 15 pounds of rubber latex makeup on my face.
Yes, I was going to say, can we start a GoFundMe
Hello.
for the expenses for the costume to make it actually
We're
like
actually, is there a tip? Is there
Yeah.
is there an option for tips?
There is, I think so. Somewhere
Throw a
in
tip
here.
in the jar.
Yeah, would you?
We're trying to get prosthetics
You
going.
guys got to do so Ryan is in a band called State Champs. You guys got to do a Twitch last night.
We did a Twitch. We were celebrating 5-year anniversary of a record of our second record.
It's a special record too, man. Gym playlist.
I was just gonna say I know that a couple songs are on your gym playlist.
Couple, 3, 4. Well, that's great. What I wanted to ask specifically about the Twitch platform, people can just give you money.
Yeah,
right? Just throw a little tip into the tip jar.
yeah.
That's pretty special. I don't know. Is there room in the Twitch world for a podcast like Stouting Off?
I'm pretty sure a lot of podcasts are like,
You absolute moron.
yeah.
There's
This is the podcast. I didn't realize I was asking the podcast council of the Midwest. So this makes
We each
We've
have a
conjoined
podcast,
together.
and we love podcasts
Yes.
ourselves. We listen.
we listen to podcasts.
watch.
We have a podcast.
We
watch them.
What else do you need to know?
we
Are
Always
fans
Fans.
of podcasts.
Yeah. So with respect to Halloween, do you guys have your Halloween costumes lined up?
absolutely not.
See, this is what I have to do. I have to keep us in the guardrails because if not,
You know that.
we'll be in Timbuktu.
Yeah, we will.
Is Timbuktu in China, by the way?
I could not. Why did you look at me, and why did he look at me as well?
Well, I thought you'd been
As
there.
if
Well, you're the China
thought-
geography expert.
I'm the consulate.
Listen, the Roush Racing,
Timbuktu?
the Roush Racing sent you
Roush
there.
sending me to Timbuktu.
It's in Mali. Where's Mali?
Dude, where
It's
is
in Bali.
It's in Bali.
It's in Bali.
Which leads me to my next and final question.
guys
Where
been-
on earth is Bali?
Indonesia, actually.
Really?
It is.
Have you been there?
I've not been there. I've been to Indonesia. I've never been to Bali.
Respect.
Worst air quality that I've ever experienced. Also had diarrhea the entire time I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to imagine the food standards probably aren't quite up to snuff of what you have here with the FDA.
I just feel like you're typically eating some sort of a random animal's leg off the street from a vendor.
Ate an entire fish that had eyes.
See, that is something I just can't do.
I picked it off the bone and I really enjoyed it. It was strange, but I did it and I liked it.
This is like a street vendor?
No, it was just a restaurant.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just how just how it came.
We've got this guy Andrew tuning in from Iran. Is that real? If so, that's huge. And Jared Sheldon knew that Molly was the answer to Where's Timbuktu. So respect.
Oh, wow.
Respect to you. Respect to you.
Bali's a must visit, says Andrew.
Oh, I would love to go. I've heard it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it would be special.
Maybe we go after this.
Maybe we go after we wrap up here.
Can we?
Just for the rest of the time, I'm just looking up flights. All right,
we catch a red eye to Bali. That takes us to Boston, then down to Florida, up to Alaska, through Russia. We have a layover there for 3 days.
No, you have to quarantine. You have to quarantine there before
you have to quarantine for 2 weeks there. First.
Right. Yes.
And then we get to finally Jakarta, and then we get to go to Bali.
Yeah. Dude, you see this Bali flight for $250?
It honestly probably is at this point right now.
High key. We got Evan Eliason tuning in from Lakeland. He's a big friend of the podcast.
Big guy.
He's a big guy, and big pickleball fan as well, enthusiast. He made, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the episodes, but he made those jingles. Don't do that. Yeah. And yes, I'm just doing that off the cuff with no pitch correction.
Did he do What's Stout watching?
He did What's Drew been watching? Yeah.
Drew watching, yeah.
This guy's never seen the podcast.
It's really all hearsay, what I've heard from it.
He just reads the reviews.
He does.
I Google it real quick, and then I go, oh, good one, man.
Love your points about you.
The Spark Notes version.
Yes, exactly.
That was a good one. I loved your spouting off about the everyday and stuff, and good job.
Here and forevermore.
I want to get back to the
Halloween. Costumes.
Do you guys have costume ideas for this year yet?
No, to have a costume, I have to have some sort of an event lined up.
And you have to have
present
care.
Said
Oh,
costume
that's
at.
true. That's true.
Right? Because like if you were going to do the Mrs. Stoutfire thing,
yeah, I was either going to crash Lauren's party or I was going to do Halloween. But I don't even.
What do you mean?
Do
Halloween? Like you were going to pass out candy and dress in Mrs. Stoutfire?
Yeah.
You're not passing out candy.
Yeah.
You remember the last time we passed out candy?
Yes, we listened to Monster Mash for 3 straight hours.
Because no one showed up.
That's right.
So I hadn't been home for Halloween in a number of years, and I was so excited to pass out candy. We live in a suburb, and I was like, there will definitely be kids coming for the king-sized candy bars at our house.
We flexed on the candy stuff.
And we had 2, maybe 3 kids total.
And they were like 0 to 3 years old. They were like, it was more for a photo op than anything else.
Parents came along.
Like the parents, yeah. So we were just out there like snacking. I remember making the mulled cider, like the hot
I was
cider.
discouraged.
Dude, what were you? You were dressed as an anime character.
I dressed up as Totoro.
Totoro.
Here's what I realize is that the disappointment you get as a kid and you go through a neighborhood to trick or treat and it rains or it sleets or something gets like there's hardly any houses to get candy from. It's the exact same disappointment you feel when you become an adult and want to pass out candy and no one comes.
It genuinely it hurt.
Wow, that's actually really insightful, Will, and I got to commend you on that because
I've had that written down on my palm for 3 days. I haven't washed. So thank you.
That's great.
That was good. It was a nice point.
It sucked. Yeah, that was not great. So I wanted to, on that topic of Halloween candy, I know. So like, what are some favorites between you guys? Like when I used to go trick or treating, and I swear it was a different time, say 1995 through 2002 or so.
Yeah.
It was a different time. I swear we would go out without parents for like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
I went
come
far.
back with the pillowcases.
Yes.
You come back with the pillowcase filled. And now it's like you get these little. I used to scoff at those little pumpkin buckets.
They're still a joke. Those are a
they
joke.
are, dude.
Those
That's
are a joke.
nothing.
But I'm saying, like, you don't even see. It seems like trick or treaters, they go home, they pack it in after after dusk, basically. Like they're not.
I didn't want to stop. Did you guys ever want to stop? No,
No.
I didn't want to stop.
No.
I mean, it was just like you said, no parents. You kind of were. You were being mischievous.
I feel like we were even going no parents at like 8 years old, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I all my trick or treating was done in Detroit. So my parents not being with me became a common thing, even at that young age in Detroit. Because
it's cred.
It just
It's cred.
And that's on my biography that I'm writing. That's
Which
the biggest
I've
street cred I have is trick or treating alone in Detroit.
I remember you wrote that because I wrote the foreword, as you remember.
You were
Ryan
backwards. You were backwards.
I
on
edited.
that, but
I was the editor.
Yeah.
The transcript.
When it comes to the Halloween candy, what are two of your like favorites? So if my two favorites, for example, if I'm getting Reese's, no matter if it's a 1-cup system, a 2-cup package, or if you're lucky and you get a king size because some neighbor like what we were chose to flex on everybody in the neighborhood, then you're rich.
Rich people.
And I love Snickers. Snickers are going to fill me with joy. I love the multiple layers, the textures, etc.
Did you even see that I had a bowl of them over there?
No, but I'll take.
No, but I'm about to get up now.
It's funny that you said both of those because those were the first. Those are the candies that I would choose as well.
Those kind of are the cornerstones of Halloween candy right there. Reese's and Snickers.
They wrote the book.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, if you're going to label someone as writing the book, they honestly wrote the book.
They did.
I would have to say that those are great. Snickers is actually like Snickers ice cream bars. Yeah. Those are way better than the actual Snickers bar
Imagine getting
itself.
a Snickers bar in your pillowcase and it's just melting before you get home.
Well, I'm not saying for Halloween. I'm just saying as a general scope.
Somebody just handing out just ice cream.
Scoops of ice cream.
Scoops. Choco
Scoops of
taco.
ice
Did you say a taco?
Choco taco.
Choco taco.
A scoop of ice cream in the pillowcase I would take, actually.
Trick or treat.
Here you go. Open up one scoop of Choco Taco.
You know what? That's better than getting like 3 pennies. Though.
Someone unwrapping the Choco Taco, finding a way to scoop it, and then plopping it into your pillowcase.
I mean,
that is so stupid.
Yeah, I would accept.
I would too.
I would accept. There's no doubt.
You'd have no choice.
Right.
You'd have
at
no
that
choice.
point, you have to take it.
Halloween candy, though, man, I'm really not much of a sour guy. So, like, if I got Nerds or Skittles, like Skittles are good.
What about Shock Tarts?
Shock Tarts are good as well.
I'm down.
But
I'm not.
I can't do too many.
What about Sour Patch Kids? I would definitely take some Sour Patch Kids.
Again, love them, but can't do too many.
Sour Patch
My
Kids
face
watermelon
starts to sweat.
Sour Patch Kids watermelon. You can binge those. You can eat a whole package. But you're right. Sour Patch Kids standard.
Yeah.
The 4 flavor system with the little guys.
Yeah.
Your tongue is
roof
falling
of your
off.
mouth and tongue is going to.
It's falling off.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to
You
delineate.
after that, you will have 6 active volcanoes on your tongue.
Will in the form of cankers.
Which, if you try to pass food over them, they will erupt.
They will erupt, and it's going to be painful no matter what.
Right. So I'm
Good analysis, actually.
I'm much more of a chocolate guy. When it comes down to chocolate, though, caramel, peanut butter, if it has any of those, I'm
the
good.
same things that you like in your bourbon, actually. The same notes, right?
I love malty kind of
Nodes.
Same nodes.
Same nodes.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, nodes.
Okay, caramel. What about the caramel apple suckers?
Okay,
Those had their time,
Massive
dude.
Yeah.
fan. Massive
Those
fan.
those peaked. I'm going to say those one more time just for emphasis.
Those.
Here's why I was stammering, because I was so ready to explain that they had such a significant prevalence between, for me, I don't know the years offhand. Say for me it was like probably 4th grade through 8th grade. They were just the most coveted Halloween candy item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
They were rare. I feel like they were rare.
They were the
It was like a
they were the
holographic
they were the Charizards of Halloween candy.
Speaking of Charizard, our friend Matt recently was going through. Did you see his Instagram story? He went through a binder of like Pokemon cards and stuff.
I still have mine.
And couldn't find it.
Oh, really?
Because you know why? He texted me and asked if I took it. For whatever reason, he said,
Hey, I know this has been in storage in my crawl space for the past 15 years.
Dude,
but by any chance did you gain access to it?
I kid you
My
not. He
Charizard?
texted me out of nowhere, and he said, about 10 years ago, we were looking. It wasn't 10.
Oh,
maybe,
dude.
but he was asking me if I had taken it because we looked through them like 8 years ago together,
And you somehow
and I just
slipped
stole
into your-
it.
Yeah.
I would. At this point.
Well, you
I
know
would.
what?
Oh, it's cash.
Honestly,
Cash is
good on you if you did, because him keeping it in that little sleeve instead of putting it in a protective card
And
system,
getting it graded.
What do you expect?
Yeah, and getting it graded right by A to Z Comics, and then properly taking care of
They
it.
do grading. I don't think they do grading.
I don't even know, but
I used to play Pokemon there.
I never. Did you guys actually play Pokemon, or
Yes.
did you just?
No,
collect?
I don't know how. I tried to, but it was too complicated to learn from the rules.
I could never play. I never
had
learned.
the little hit
I never
counters
learned.
and stuff.
You guys are. I went to Toys R Us like every Sunday and played.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, and then I played when I was a 20-year-old man.
Yeah.
competitively,
Yeah.
and traveled around the world to do it.
There was a good Pokemon N64 game. Pokemon Arena?
Snap?
Come on,
Oh.
Snap.
Snap.
Oh, Arena was one as well.
Stadium.
I remember enjoying that.
Stadium.
What was it called? Pokemon Amphitheater?
What was that?
Venue.
Was that
Pokemon
AMC?
Venue.
Was that AMC Theater they used to do Pokemon?
Dude.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have to. It was
That's just not. It's not it. It's not it. Buddy.
Listen to this. The strawberry hard candies with the gel in the middle. And
Yes.
it's wrapped like a strawberry.
Take your fillings out right now.
Yes, that's
don't go to the. You don't have to go to the dentist,
Hey,
man.
if your filling's giving you a hard time, don't go to the dentist.
Fillings always give me a hard time, always, and I'm always looking for an easy solution. Go buy a pack of strawberry candy. No one knows where they sell them. Grandma's always got them. No one knows where they sell them.
They only sell them in the Grandma Network.
Yeah,
which
GrandmaNetwork.com.
which you're familiar with.
You got to be at least 72 to get in there.
That's right. And
Yeah.
even so, it's a harsh screening process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there's a lot of grandmas that didn't make the cut.
Trust me.
Mine.
One
Didn't. Mine didn't. She only had Werther's.
Oh.
Now,
Quintessential.
see, I believe that old people, as far as candy goes, either have the strawberry indiscreet, non-branded things,
Sure.
or
Just
they have
loose,
Werther's.
not even in a wrapper, loose in their purse.
Yes, like the mint, the chalky mints.
They're just always hanging out.
Yes,
down there.
or Werther's original, and there's no in between.
What about Mentos? My grandma was always popping a Mentos. And
Really?
Like, she was like, "Oh, you want a Mentos?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't need that."
Yeah, no one.
Nor do
needs it.
you.
No one needs a Mentos ever.
I just got a text from my mom. It said live just went off. People are still.
I think the internet at her house went out.
Yeah.
There's a
Can
big-
everybody
big
hear us?
thunderstorm there.
Can you still hear us? Are we still on?
Why don't you text
You're
Jordan?
missing a couple.
I'm
going to
text
bits.
producer Jordan.
If so, you're missing some bits. If we are not live, can I get another pour?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
let's grab
let's,
another pour.
Or
let's
if we are, and a Snickers.
let's give you a little bit of that smoke.
It looks like the chat's still ripping.
Yeah.
It is. What are people
Amina's
saying?
here.
in
Yeah,
here?
we're good. We're good. It's still on. Thank you, Jason Devaney. Jason Devaney's with us, actually.
Devaney.
The
Shout out
Vaney.
Devaney.
The
Hi,
Vaney.
Bren. Nancy's here. I mean, it's always a pleasure when Nancy's in the building.
Woodington?
Yeah.
Really?
She was
Hi,
waiting
Mom.
with bated breath.
Thank
If you say bated breath one more time today, dude, I'm gonna lose it.
I saw that comment. I didn't realize it was your mom that posted it. I just saw. I thought it was like that's such a cute comment.
All right, we're getting texts all over the place. We're still live. Mom,
We're
if you
live.
ever text me again while we're live,
You're gonna get roasted on the next.
oh
podcast.
my gosh. I know I'm visiting and here in Michigan and I'm staying at your house and I'm using your car, but listen,
Couldn't get
All
over
those
here to
things
do this.
aside,
Couldn't get over here to do the podcast.
your
without
ass
it.
is getting handed to you if you mention that again. If you ever try and sabotage this again,
listen.
Cheryl's got her own podcast going on. It's just like this guy's taking my
She was
viewers.
DMing everybody, hey, come to my podcast. Oh my gosh.
I would watch it.
I'd watch
I would
Cheryl's
too.
podcast. I would watch Doug's
I've
podcast
always.
as well.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to say I've always had a crush on Cheryl.
Wow.
Wow, it comes
I don't
out
think
live.
She's connected anymore, so I don't know if your
Well,
words
it's
got
prime
through.
time to say it.
It's
I
high
just,
time.
I literally, I just did.
Xander Younts texted me, live as can be. Way to try and derail the show, Mom. my sentiments exactly. I want to go to another segment. What's Drew been watching? What if I had the intro music and everything? No, I don't.
Somehow.
Just on your rolling.
How to roll it, yes.
How does it go? What's Drew been
watching? I was trying to do a harmony, but I don't even know what key it's in. You were right.
You know, no pitch correction.
Haunted houses. Yay or nay?
Wait, that's what you've been watching?
No, that was a separate issue. That was a
Oh.
rabbit trail. Now I'm back. Unrelated to what's Drew
He
been
went there
watching.
for 3 seconds. Now he's back.
And you guys didn't know that?
I
What's
don't-
wrong with you?
I don't need a haunted house in my life.
No.
Same.
I don't need it.
No. I'm good, dude. I've been good my entire life on those.
Truly
honestly.
same. I went on a haunted hayride when I was a young man.
Yeah.
That scarred me.
See, hay rides I feel like are better than houses. Because
1000%.
hay rides, you sit in there, you're out in the open, you're not in a house, you're not having to worry about turning corners, you just sit there and just soak it in.
It's
Yeah.
just so not scary on a hayride, though.
I was scared.
You
Granted,
can't
I
be
was-
touched. You're like being chased, but you're in a a cart.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Like-
you're right.
But a cart that can do 3 miles an hour, while a guy with a chainsaw is
Is
grinding
standing,
up against
no,
the
it's
side.
just standing there. That's all they're doing.
Yeah,
They're
no,
not even
he's
He's not
chasing.
touching.
No.
Ryan is
I
right.
was-
He's not touching.
I know, but I was on a hayride where a guy came out when we were young. I don't remember where this
He
was,
chose one person.
and he had,
It was 100% Will.
and he made me get out of the cart, and then I followed him into the woods, and then 5 years passed, and I don't know what happened. But no, this guy had like a chainsaw without the chain on it, and he was grinding it like up against it, like sparks were flying somehow, and I was terrified.
It's scary.
Yeah,
It's freaking scary.
Like no, do not put me in a haunted house or a haunted corn maze. I'm not.
What about? I don't know what I was going to ask. A haunted mansion because it's Luigi's. It's a video game. But listen, when it comes to
Lots of haunted mansions around here to pick from, choose from. About 25 to 30 of them if you're in Metro Detroit.
If you're in
go check
West
them out.
Bloomfield.
Big haunted mansion state. We're known for our haunted mansions here. If you want to check them out, 9 to 5 they're open, and then again from 6 to 10. Lots
Listen,
of
it's
mansions
that
that are
simple.
haunted that are open.
It's for me. It's the jump scares. I don't do jump scares. Some people like really enjoy that. I don't know. On some level, they get like this pleasurable excitement about it. I don't. I get mad.
I get mad too because I get just as easily startled by some compressed air coming out of the door or the floor or whatever as I do when a guy comes around the corner dressed as,
Yeah, Jason.
whatever, Jason or whatever.
Devaney.
Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
Jason.
When a guy comes around the corner dressed as Jason Bateman from Ozark, I'm like, wow, whoa.
Yeah.
I get just as scared from that
Yeah.
as I do
No, it's
compressed
terrifying.
air.
I'm actually more scared by a younger Jason Bateman from
Arrested.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, true.
You know what? I blew that. I just absolutely
No.
blew the
I
joke.
help.
I was
helped,
gonna
bro.
be a crusher.
Well, now you guys gave me inspiration because young Jason Bateman is now going to be my Halloween costume for this year, and they sell those masks everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Dime
can
a
get
dozen.
Dime a dozen.
They're about
Halloween
$7 or $10.
7 or 10.
Spirit. I sell them at Spirit.
They do, right? Yeah. Which used to be a Circuit City, and now it's a seasonal Halloween store.
It went from Circuit City to Blockbuster, an oversized Blockbuster, back to a Circuit City, to a Media Play, and then
You're
into a
right.
Halloween USA, then Value World.
But Radio Shack
And then a
also.
Spirit Halloween.
Yep.
I thought Radio Shack had a brief stint in there as well, but I could be
Radio
wrong.
Shack had a corner.
Yeah.
They did not control the whole.
They couldn't afford
They
the
couldn't
rent.
afford that whole plex.
Imagine a Radio Shack / Halloween store.
In
Those
the
two.
in the middle between both departments, it's like electronic Halloween stuff, like
It's just some kind of crossover.
like the motion detected like ghosts that like shake around and stuff.
RC cars on one side, on the other side. Ooh. That's all it is. And then, in the middle, there's a balance.
There is a balance.
There's scary RC cars in the middle.
I want to address the elephant in the room. Speaking of Halloween, and that's candy corn, Ryan. It's candy corn. I mean, so for those of you who don't know Ryan, this is it's a publicly known fact.
It's a beef.
He's got just a high sense of hatred for candy corn, which I like the stuff, and I like candy pumpkins. I like all
Gross.
the different variants that
Gross.
I can't. What? Gross.
Gross.
This couch
Finally come.
is a no candy corn zone.
Wow. Well, that's why I'm over here. There's
Candy corn is unnecessary.
You-
That's the word for it. It doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to there are candies that are good, that taste good. And then there's candy corn which doesn't taste good. It sucks.
What about
It's an awful display piece too. Like
I will say visually, it's
you
not
don't
that
need
pleasing.
to don't put a little bowl of it. How many hands have been in there?
God forbid that there's stale candy corn
And
displayed
there is,
in your home.
and there is because of
You
it.
assume that risk when you put it out. It's a high risk, high reward situation, though, in my opinion.
I think the reward is is extremely low. The reward
Extremely
is
high
almost
reward.
none.
If executed correctly, it's an extremely high reward.
You like pumpkin-shaped wax. That's what you
Hey,
enjoy.
What actually is that
Melted
flavor? Is
candle.
it honey? Is honey?
I
the
don't
main
know
flavor?
what they're made of.
No,
I don't.
It's actually corn.
It's not corn.
It's corn. It's corn inside of.
It's
so
not.
you know what? When a candle is thrown out, the bottom, there's always a little bit of wax left. They scoop it out. They put a little bit of corn in there. Is that
what they do? And they mix that together?
And then they call it a day.
It's an extremely
it's
cool
labor
process.
intensive. Yeah.
It's a cool. The process is cool.
Have you been to a candy corn distillery?
No.
Oh, okay. You
Have
seem
you?
insightful. No,
I have. No,
I don't know where they're located.
Candy corn
There
whiskey
has to
is
be a
unbelievable.
There has to be candy corn whiskey. Is there?
What would
I'm
they
going to have to ask my consigliere.
No,
Stage
there's not,
left.
and no one wants her.
You
to
don't,
be.
and more than anything, you don't need to make candy corn flavored things.
No,
You don't need to do that.
What would that even taste like? I don't know.
Someone sent me a candy corn peep,
Yo.
which is
Dude,
also
that'd
maybe
be
the
right, 'cause I love
second
peep.
worst candy ever.
Dude, the mix of both the world's
you don't
worst
need
worlds.
those.
Can I make one suggestion
No.
though? Can I
No.
raise just one idea? Maybe insert one sliver of doubt into your thinking.
You can.
What if? Because I've been on a s'more kick lately. What if you could take a peep and use that as your marshmallow substrate for a s'more? Would you be willing to try? At least, would you just be willing to try?
Would we be willing to try that?
The council is deliberating. Here they go. I heard something about
We would like to
try
say that
we would try it. We would like to
try.
see
We would
that.
like to say
you would try it.
We would
that we would try it.
Jinx. I would too, and that's just a thought that came to me right now. That would be really nice to try. I wonder if somebody's done that before in life.
It has to.
I mean,
have
you gotta
been done.
imagine.
But
There's
I
nothing
also-
new under the sun.
I also feel like Peeps are much more when you buy an actual marshmallow that's in a bag or
Jet
marshmallows
puff
that are in
marshmallow, standard.
right? They're like much more condensed than an actual Peep is. A Peep is much more airy and fluffy,
I'm thinking
With
the
that-
peep is gonna melt.
and the sugar on the outside.
it's like
granulated. Yeah.
they
Ryan, sir.
No.
you guys just say granulary at the same time. Wow,
Not the first time. It's
We
not
were-
the first
these are
time.
granulary
English
guys.
majors.
Jason Devaney says, literally just bought candy corn and pumpkins for the common dish 1 hour ago.
I have to
Wow.
say that's why we
You have
touch.
wasted.
That's why
You
we
have
fallen
wasted.
out of touch.
He knew that. That's
You've
why you guys
wasted your
haven't
money,
talked.
sir. It must feel good to waste money like
It
that.
does. I did it today.
Now, how do I address this? I just got to go right into it. There's no smooth transition because quite frankly, there's no easy way to introduce this topic. Will just got his first microwave today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it. If you have the applause chat emoji handy, throw it up in the chat for Will's first microwave.
Thank you.
He just got one today. I saw it's got a beautiful digital display on it.
Oh, the display.
I've never
is
seen anything
digital
like it.
and beautiful.
It's.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm
Does
sure
it have a
nice.
plus 30-second button? Because that is very
Oh,
key for mine.
it's critical. It's absolutely critical.
You just got it.
To give you scope, though, I have not had a microwave for the last 4 years. 4 years. I reheat everything in my oven on a baking sheet.
Do you wait for it to preheat and fully reach temperature before you put stuff in, or because that's
Yes.
the way I am? I'm
Yes.
purist.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have
My mom's like, oh, if I'm making something at say 425 for 15 minutes, I'll just throw it in there right away and just do 18 minutes.
No.
I'm like, come
Nope.
on, nah.
Nope.
That's why
Does it work
That's why
the
the
same
grands
way?
always burn.
Yes.
That's why the
you have to
croissants
wait.
are hard.
Yeah. No.
What made you like make the jump?
Yeah.
The jump to a microwave. The most
Something-
standard.
something that's pretty
Outside
stock.
of a toilet, the most standard household
you-
appliance
I mean-
of all time.
There had to have been a straw that broke the
There
camel's
had
back.
to have been something that happened.
Here's what happened. Amazon Prime Day happened the other day, right? Or for 2 days or whatever it was. And I was on there. I was browsing through things, and I'm like, there's some good deals on stuff, whatever. And then appliances somehow came up, or electronics or whatever. And I was browsing through. I'm like, oh, man, I could actually use a microwave. The issue has not been that I'm like some weirdo who thinks that a microwave is bad or
Counter space.
it's giving me radioactive energy. Counter space.
It's-
Exactly.
yeah.
So when I was in Ferndale,
It took me a
before
while to
this,
realize what you said there. I was like,
Counter
what?
space.
he's talking about a video game.
I was like, Counter-Strike? Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
But no, it's all about
Counter
counter
space.
space, man, because microwaves take up a ton of that.
True.
And when I was in Ferndale before this, I had virtually pretty much no counter space to play with the microwave. So I went without a microwave for that year. Then I moved in here, and I've been here for about 3 years. And I've never gotten a microwave.
Will,
now
it's
I have
time.
one.
That's funny. At my last apartment, that was an issue, and that we actually didn't have a microwave either because we were utilizing the counter space. And then our roommate's boyfriend came to stay, and
said, "Where's your microwave?"
He bought one because he wanted to use it. So he was like, "I need a microwave," and
Wow.
went out and bought one.
Wow.
And so then we had one in there, and it took up a lot of counter
Well,
space.
you know what you could do? I don't know if anyone watching doesn't have a microwave, but I would imagine one way you could make do is just get a little bar cart, but put a microwave on it. That's extra counter space, right? Just get a little cart. I don't know. I'm not a microwave expert, and I've always told you guys that, but I don't know.
Well, you've never been upfront about it. I mean, you said it, but
You've been nervous about
What
telling
did you just
us.
pour?
smoke wagon.
May I have a pour?
Yes, you.
Ooh, almost onto the
That's a
Smoke
candle.
wagon.
That
They're
is-
out of Las Vegas.
Is this one of your
It's a
partners?
sponsor.
No, I bought that.
Okay.
They do fantastic stuff, though.
The bottling is beautiful.
We're going to be doing a
beautiful
single barrel pick with them here soon. So
It's 100 proof. We love to hear it. Do you know the age on this?
I do not. It's a blend.
40,
Okay.
it's maybe
40.
it's maybe 40, 39.
4039. I think it's about 6 to 8 years old.
Fair.
But it's a blend of all MGP out of Indiana. Anyway, microwave. Excited to use it. Haven't used it once. Just got it today though. But it's gonna be weird, man. The strangest thing is when I'm walking through the grocery store and I'm looking for groceries and stuff to buy for the week or whatever.
Sure.
And I can't get microwave meals or
No, you can't.
whatever.
It's true. It's got to be
And
oven
not,
meals.
Not that I'm going to pack my freezer full of those or whatever, but I can't
It's
buy
nice
it.
to have that option,
It
though,
is
Will. And I
nice.
think your world is really going to open up now.
You're
I
gonna be
think
able
so
to rock
too.
some TV dinners here soon.
Yeah.
Those
Hungry
used to
man, hungry man,
Ooh.
here I come.
Do you remember the kids' TV dinners back in the day? That used to be a mad treat.
Absolutely.
It would
Yes.
have applesauce, but I have never liked my applesauce hot. And I don't understand why anyone ever would.
that
Scalding
seems-
hot. Scalding.
Dude,
That seems
that stuff
psycho.
would come
Never
out so
never
hot.
cooled. Never
Salisbury
cooled.
steak, corn off the cob.
Yep.
Mashed potatoes, and then you'd get scalding hot
But
applesauce.
for some reason, the Salisbury steak would be cold somehow.
Yeah.
Out of
Not
everything,
cooked, not
out of
cooked.
everything you wanted cold, that was the thing that was cold.
Salisbury steak.
Or dude, the brownie that would be somehow burnt
Yes.
and crystallized
Yes,
to the outside of its little holder place.
They cooked it for sure before they put it in there.
That's
It
so
just-
true.
Just blew.
Honestly, I'm getting PTSD from eating those meals.
What was
because-
that? It was like a TV dinner.
There was a
It was like a
penguin.
cartoon. Yeah, a
was a
cartoon
penguin.
penguin. It wasn't Daffy Duck, right?
Yeah,
No, it was its own.
yeah, it was its own thing.
Yeah.
Kid
Can't
cuisine.
remember.
Dude, Kid Cuisine. That's right. Dude, the memory of the brownie just got me. Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because you never once got it.
Is this in focus?
Viscosity is not the right word. The
Well, can't really see it, but that's
texture,
what you kind of
it
can see
was
it.
just never right.
Yeah, there's a
brownie.
penguin on a
Texture.
Kid cuisine.
Yeah.
dude, the brownie was always really mushy in the middle and crispy as hell on the outside.
Yes, it
Always
was.
stuck to the outside, dude. You could never just go oh, nice brownie, and just pick it up
you
and
had
be
to
like,
stick your fork and your knife.
you gotta
in there.
you gotta fork it out,
Yep.
dude. It's, yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
That's
those
a memory that I repressed.
so did I for the longest time. I
went
brought
to
it out a couple
therapy.
years
I
ago.
went to therapy for it.
I got ahead of it a couple of years ago. I got ahead of it, and now I'm doing fine.
Sometimes it'll rear its ugly head when you're doing a live podcast episode. Exactly.
It will.
It's a
Sometimes when
classic.
I'm doing a live podcast, that memory comes to the forefront.
It's when I least expect it on a live podcast. Always.
Yes. Dunkaroos, by the
Dunk-
way, I want to mention.
Sir.
Yes.
Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
I'm
They're
eating
bringing them
all the-
back, I think.
I'm
They're,
eating all
they're
the-
in production again.
I'm
Yeah.
eating all the frosting on the
The
first.
factory started up again.
Well,
Willy
you heard about the
Wonka's
strike
back
that
in
they had.
business.
You heard about the strike that the Dunkaroos factory had.
For 20 years.
It was a 20-year strike. It was
Yeah.
a 20-year protest.
It was an ugly union.
1 point per year.
1 point per year.
Yeah.
20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Dunkaroos were special. Right along those lines, Fun Dip.
Fun dip, dude.
But I'm never going to use the dip. I'm just going to eat the white powdery sticks.
I'm not with you there.
No,
That's-
no,
I don't
no.
do the dip,
I
dude.
throw
I'm not
the
with you there.
throw the stick away.
You throw the stick away, and he only uses
Stick
the stick.
can.
I use both like you're supposed to.
I would
I'm
do
doing
one
this.
Yeah. What? I would do
Eating
one or
on my
two
finger.
dips, but I just loved how the
It's
white stick tastes on
pure
its own.
sugar.
Bro, the stick.
Sugar is
but
good for me.
But sugar is good. But the stick didn't taste good to me.
The
I
stick.
got
It was the wrong kind of sugar.
What about candy cigarettes?
Oh,
I'm smoking them.
I'm always smoking them.
I'm ripping a cig.
Constantly
I'm
ripping
smoking.
candy cigs
Dude,
all the time.
There was no cool. Like, you looked as cool as you possibly
You
could
looked
as
so
a
cool.
kid smoking a candy cig.
Yeah, you looked really
And
cool.
if you were lucky enough, your dad would give you a real one and you could smoke it together.
at the age
And
of 5?
that was possibly the coolest thing.
a nice-
Showing your buddy next door through the window. Your buddy's looking across the street at you and you're smoking a real cig.
actual smoke.
a nice Newport at the age of 8
The menthols
across
only.
the window.
Imagine that. That's negligent. Don't do that.
It's negligent, but it's also negligible. I mean,
And it's
what could it
non-negotiable.
possibly do? That's-
I tried to think of a word and I couldn't. So
Will, I want to ask you. Can I put you on the spot for a second?
It's so funny.
go ahead. Go
You
right
go on
ahead.
any good dates lately? What's the date situation looking like?
I
What's the date
asked
landscape?
you. Didn't I ask you? I could have just easily texted Will about that, but I'm pretty sure I asked
Out of the
you
blue.
how Will's love life
Out of the
was.
blue, he texted me the other day. Hey, what's Will doing dating wise? And so that's what we really ultimately came here to do.
Yeah. No, nothing going on right now.
True.
Nothing
Fair.
going on right now.
Eligible bachelor, by the way,
I
for
mean-
anyone that's watching and single and
Truly.
Sure.
trying to date during COVID.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That is
He's
the
clean.
that's what I was going to say, right?
Well, you just got a negative test last week, so we at least know you're
You're-
5 days from negative.
I'm negative.
But
yeah.
look how close we're sitting. So it
That's
has
true.
to get
And Ryan is Ryan's positive. So
And Ryan's-
I'm an
that-
extremely
but
positive guy.
Ryan's positive that he's negative.
we're like batteries. We're like batteries here.
Anyway, no, but seriously, keep going.
keep going.
Yeah. No. Dating through COVID has been tough, almost non-existent, because it's really tough to get strangers together during this whole thing, whatever. But there's no more struggles than pre-COVID that I see right now when it comes to girls' profiles, what I'm looking for, all that kind of stuff. There's no difference there.
No.
Okay? Not at all.
So Will and I will occasionally, if you don't mind me introducing this, probably what we'll talk about because I feel like I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Will and I have kind of pegged this. It's kind of like the prototype for a Hinge profile for a girl, right?
Yes.
And there are a few non-negotiable items on, to borrow your
Okay.
term from earlier.
So
not non-negotiable as in they're always there.
Can I-
Always
can
have
I
to be
play-
Not as in that's what we're looking for.
No, they're always there.
Can I
Yeah.
play? Can I play? Is this?
Yes,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
game. Can
Well,
I play?
Ryan's in a for those of you who don't know Ryan, he's in a serious relationship of a handful of years now. So
And-
he's never seen a dating app.
I have. I was on Tinder for like maybe a week when I feel like it was very new. It was like fresh,
Okay.
and I got like exposed for being on like banned guys on Tinder. I swear to God, there was a Tumblr and I was on
.com,
it,
yeah.
and that was humiliating for whatever reason because it's not humiliating to be on a dating app, but the fact that somebody made me feel like that, I deleted it. Anyway,
You didn't deserve that.
because I don't know much about the dating app.
Yeah.
I want to say that I think a dog is a must in a girl's profile.
A girl mentioning a dog is a non-negotiable. It's a non-starter.
When you say a
like
must,
like you have to be cool with their dog.
Oh
Yeah.
And that's in
yes.
the profile.
Okay.
That's
yes.
in the profile.
Fur child or fur baby.
Just to clear up, like it's not like you're saying, "Oh, a girl must say this or must do this." It's just like
I'm
these
saying
are
that
commonalities.
it would be a thing that I feel like you would see routinely.
yes.
On dating
Yes.
app.
Okay. That is what we're.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Exactly.
So is there a list?
There are
multiple things?
Well, listen to Will. He's about to stout off right now.
Okay.
I'm going to stout off here.
I just wanted to throw
Every
a guess out.
The
single
dog
girl
thing is correct.
Every single girl from about roughly the age of 30 and below has a pair of circular sunglasses.
Circular sunglasses. Yep.
Yes.
Circle shape.
Yes.
Like
I'm into that.
Yeah. I'm not saying that that's a problem.
I like it.
yeah, it's a nice look. It's
Yeah.
not a bad look.
No,
it's
no.
a nice look.
It would be
He's
a
just
bad
saying
look
it's-
if it was like the cat eye.
Yes. No, he's just saying it's a part of girl dress code.
Yes. Dress code.
Got it.
There's usually at least one picture with one very large hat.
Hats are a play.
I know
There's typically a brunch shot.
Sometimes a
mimosa.
boomerang.
Now, when it comes to their little sections in their bio that they write, there's always a mention of something like, if loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right. And it's always pineapple on pizza.
Which loving pineapple on pizza is not wrong.
It's wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong, first of all. But
Well, of course, it's
all I have to
as
say
far as
this
food
guy-
goes, you haven't agreed with us
know.
You
once.
haven't.
on
You're
What
the
if,
outlier.
what if one of you guys sat here suddenly and we started agreeing?
I was like, candy corn is actually pretty good.
on this guy.
You know what?
that chair is possessed by someone.
Only
Guy
anchovies.
Guy Fieri.
Fieri.
No, you have to roll the R. It's like Fietti.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like you say it's almost like it's Fietti.
If loving
Call him
Guy,
Guy
Fieri
Fieri.
is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Call him Fieri. Yeah.
All right,
I'll never
anyway,
call him that
okay,
because
well,
I'm Italian, dude.
But no. So going back to it though,
Yeah.
pineapple on pizza is always mentioned.
Can I make one comment?
Go ahead.
From the comments?
Yeah.
One look around you says a girl hugging another man or brother in one of her pictures is also a non-negotiable. Like that's going to happen.
I
Like,
think that's
yeah.
to show like
oh, see, guy, yeah, like I'm normal with guys, like
you don't need to be threatened by this person.
oh, or that,
It's
yeah,
a brother.
To call that out.
Sometimes, but also other times, it depends on the app. But sometimes there's girls I've seen that have like 3 pictures out of 5 with a different guy that they're hugging
That
or
might
close
be
with.
a demonstration of like, hey, see, guys, I hang
I'm
with
cool.
guys. Guys like
Or
me.
or sometimes there's a couple of pictures I see in their Instagram and they're like kissing a guy on the cheek. And a lot of times
And I'm
I'll see
jealous.
the
And I'm jealous.
I think she's trying to tell you, hey, I've got options. You know that, Will, right?
I don't know what
Don't get too
Wait.
comfortable.
Is it options? Is it her brother, her cousin,
It's
her
her-
friend,
it's
her
her-
gay friend? I don't know.
That's true.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a commonality.
Can I make one more comment before you go on to your other comments?
Yes.
Dude.
Circle sunglasses with a COVID mask. How do you know what they look like at all?
And the big hat.
They are.
And
They
the
are
big hat. It's a disguise.
to me, basically, they are Dr. Robotnik with COVID. But all I have to say is that yes, it's a commonality. There are usually the same little excerpts on their bio. If loving this isn't right, I don't want to be right. Pineapple on pizza. A non-negotiable for me is loving you, my dog. Loving
My dog
you.
has to like
My
you.
dog has to like you.
Yep.
That is on 95% of the
I'm
hinge
glad I
pages.
brought that up.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
feel
good call,
good- I
Ryan.
feel good about
that.
that.
was intuitive
Feel
because
good
you
about
haven't even really. You don't even have a real pulse. On
I don't even
online
have
dating.
a dog.
Yeah.
Or an online
Or an
dating
online dating
profile.
app.
No,
Yeah.
I just don't even have a dog. Like, I don't know.
That's true.
You know.
You used to have Elliot.
Rest in peace.
But yeah.
Not
I just saw him
dead,
today.
it's
He's
just
dead.
Love remembering him.
I just saw him
Oh,
today.
what
He's
about an office quote?
Oh,
There's not-
Will's like, I have an office quote in my bio.
dead? Is that true?
No, I don't.
But an office quote.
But-
That's a good call.
There's usually not an office quote. There is usually a reference to the office.
Or if not the office,
Can
then
you just give it to me at that point? That's
Friends.
this. Come on, that's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Just give it to me.
But they're
office reference. He's
An office reference.
We'll
An
give you
office reference.
that.
Sure.
Point for Ryan.
how did we come?
I have
Why did we
such a
get so
pulse.
divided on that?
I have such a pulse. I'm
Well, look,
sitting
he's
in this.
He's starting to lean this
I'm
way.
gonna
dude.
sit in that chair here in a
You're
second.
getting possessed, dude. Come back in. Come back in. Come here.
chair. Who owned that chair?
All right. So what else? There's pineapple on pizza. I feel like there are also, when it comes to girls' Hinge profiles, there are also like a lot of mentions of just a couple like hearty foods like tacos, pizza.
Yeah.
Thinking about that's a
Fries.
caption of one
Yeah.
of their photos.
As
It's
long
thinking
as you're
about tacos.
As long as you're okay with me eating your fries when I say I don't want some.
That's a thing.
Or,
I'm telling
you know.
God, these fries are good.
Yeah.
Who gets the reference?
Yeah. I don't.
Chris Farley.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Anyway.
leave me alone. I'm starving.
Anyway. Yes. thank
Yes, leave me alone. I'm starving.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
lay off me,
But
I'm
you
starving.
know that's
But that's
the quote
neither here
in,
nor
no,
there.
that's a quote in their bio.
Do you guys remember when people would put in their bio things like Justin Bieber liked my post 2/13/12 or
Dude,
something?
I brought this up last night on our Twitch stream. One of the funniest moments of being in our band was Derek is a singer of my band. Derek accidentally followed a girl and immediately unfollowed her like within a second. Because you remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
old Twitter, like you could accidentally follow people.
Yes.
In her bio, she changed her bio to Derek followed and unfollowed me on timestamp, but said hi. That was her bio. I screenshotted it, and I will never ever forget it because
That was her
is
bio.
such a funny and insane bio that didn't need to happen.
No, not at all.
Dude, it did not need to happen.
It was an accident, A, and 2.
You are embarrassing
and two.
yourself.
You are embarrassing yourself.
Yes.
Bad.
You know, Lainey liked one of my pictures.
And,
Speak Low picture.
and unliked it.
And then unliked it. And unfollowed, even though it didn't even follow me in the first place. So it was cool.
And blocked. And then
they
after
blocked
that,
me
he's
as
like, I
well.
liked the photo. I didn't mean to block. And then Drew's bio is Laney blocked me on December 12th.
What about Wanderlust? In
Classic.
being in a like a Hinge profile, Wanderlust, or
I don't
in like
see-
an Instagram bio.
Bro, that is
Wanderlust
classic.
on Instagram. Sure.
not so
Yeah,
much Hinge.
Yeah,
You're right.
Not so
Wanderlust.
much Hinge.
The
but
mountains are calling, and I must go.
There,
Man.
I've seen a lot of pictures of Machu Picchu. I've seen a lot, dude.
Had
The
a
amount
good
of
couple years.
Wanderlust
the
in the
amount-
bio and pictures of downtown Plymouth.
Hey,
That's
the
it.
thing.
No, I go to the Penn Theater every
Dude.
I love wandering.
the amount of pictures of girls that went to Thailand and got to see an elephant and pet an elephant in person is
Elephants had a big couple
unsurmountable.
years as
Listen,
well.
I'm jealous though.
It's insane.
I'd like to do
I would
it.
love to do that, but I'm just saying we're talking about commonalities.
But those are wanderlusts, you know. You just
I
don't
wish you
have
would
that.
shut-
Yeah.
We're not Wanderlust.
You've
Stop.
never been to Bali,
I've never been to
Timbuktu.
Bali.
You went to Timbuktu.
Yeah.
You've never been to Benihana.
I've never-
Just, I mean, it
Have
shows.
you been to
dude.
Bennigan's?
Stop. I have.
Have you been to Sign of the Beef Carver?
Yeah,
Whoa.
So many times.
Have you been to Bill
You
Knapp's?
just brought up a
Knapp's, the
category
first sirloin
you
I
can't
ever
back
had.
down from because I went to Sign of the Beef Carver more when I was a kid than any other restaurant, like sit-down restaurant.
Sign of the Beef Carver. How would you describe it? It's a buffet.
It is
It's
where
out of
people go to
business.
die. It's where they go to die.
It's a buffet for only old people
Specifically
and
for old
people after church. On
When you
Sunday.
know you're on your last turn in life, you bring a coupon to this restaurant, and you get like a home style meal.
Oh, people loved to watch the chef. Like you're in a buffet line, but you're watching the guy like slice your
the
beef.
roast beef, and then mashed potatoes, and then you can go. I want a lean portion, or I want a fatty portion, or whatever of the beef.
It's
and-
like
It's
a reduced version of being in a buffet line at like a wedding.
It's
I
a
should say buffet
retirement.
line.
It's
Yeah.
a retirement home like food.
Yeah, which you have experience in the retirement home industry.
I was the beef carver for a bit.
He was, and you used to hide under tables, right?
Tickle their feet.
He used to hide under tables when he worked at a nursing home in the dining room.
Listen,
and he
I
would
was
tickle their feet.
14, and every single thing was funny to me.
It still is funny. Still holds. I want to keep going. Unless you want, did you want to add
No,
more
beef
to that?
carver can end now. We
Well,
don't need to
actually,
talk-
beef carver was a subcategory of Hinge/dating.
oh.
beef
How
carver
did beef
in
carver?
the bio.
How did beef carver get mixed in
You
there?
better like beef carver, or we're not going to work out.
Dude,
There is no one in here that knows what Sign of the Beef Carver is.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is insane because that was a huge part of my childhood.
But it wasn't a chain, right? It was
No, it was a
one-off
chain.
spot here.
No, there was like a handful, like
Yeah,
regional,
I
probably.
wouldn't say chain like a Circuit City.
And we want to say thank you to Sign of the Beef Carver for being our sponsor tonight.
Thank you
on the
so
Stouting
much.
Thank you
Off
so much.
podcast.
Yeah.
You'll see a follow button for them as well. Please
Guys-
follow Sign of the Beef Carver.
Yeah,
on
guys, don't ever forget that's don't ever forget that's where you go to die. So make sure to check it out.
Sounds good. Listen, I learned a couple facts today from Today I Learned on Reddit.
Great.
You wanna hear some?
Great thread.
Love to.
Taylor actually got me on this. Listen to this. Okay. I have a couple facts, so I didn't know which one I wanted to start with, but I decided. Today I learned in 2007, 33-year-old Steve Way weighed over 100 kilograms. Now, does anybody have a conversion for me for that?
170 pounds.
170
No.
pounds?
I'm guessing.
How many pounds are in 100 kilograms?
That
Look
was
at the question.
hard to get out right there.
I found this on the web.
On the web.
It's,
You'd say what?
yeah, I stammered.
100 kilograms.
100 kilograms equals how many pounds?
That would be 220.46
Whoa, I was off.
pounds.
220 pounds?
220 pounds.
Okay, so Steve.
So this
Farrell
guy, he was
22.
Steve Carell. Okay, so in 2007, 33-year-old Steve Way weighed over 220 pounds, smoked 20 cigarettes a day, and ate junk food regularly. In order to overcome lifestyle-related health issues, he started taking running seriously. Listen to this. That was the whole fact. In 2008, he ran the London Marathon in under 3 hours, and in 2014, 6 years later, he set the British 100-kilometer record. Long fact. But anyway, this guy used to be 220 pounds, smoked 20 cigarettes a day, ate junk food nonstop, and then 7 years later, he set the British 100-kilometer record for running. What have you done?
I bought a microwave today.
Hey, I bet that's something Steve Way didn't do, so cheers. That's something they say over in Europe, too, isn't it? Cheers, like thanks.
It's special.
Guy
Cheers and no worries, right?
Can't eat lean cuisines if you don't have a microwave, so.
That's true.
I mean,
Steve Way, that's how he got
was the
to
real-
become, he got 200 kilograms. Those are super popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the UK.
No, well,
Head down to Tesco and you get the kid cuisine. And,
I've always wanted to see those. Listen to this. I have one more fact. Today I learned that hunter-gatherers made it to adult... Stammered. Read it wrong. Today I learned that hunter-gatherers that made it to adulthood often lived to their 70s. Hunter-gatherers, if you can believe that. The misconception that cavemen died young derives from the fact that up to 40% of hunter-gatherers did not make it past 15, with the majority of those actually not making it past age 5, bringing down the average massively. So most made it to their 70s.
there are a couple of them screwing it up.
But a couple of them were kind of the outliers. I mean, back in the day.
Why can't you just survive?
I realize you're cavemen, but just go to a caveman hospital if you're having a child.
Dude, go to a caveman
cave.
convention.
In the
Go to a
cave.
caveman convention because you learn a lot at those.
You do.
Yeah.
No, and we still do. What if they had those? You have to dress up like a
Just
caveman. It's a Geico, just Geico ad placement nonstop. I have one more thing for you guys. I want to ask this or that. Ready? I love these questions.
Sad to think about a 5-year-old caveman passing.
It sucks.
Because I feel like you're a cave. Yeah, you're not a man yet.
He's not.
Yeah. So that's what I think really is misconstrued.
A 5-year-old caveman passing.
You can't.
A 5-year-old caveman.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
He's
what
got a
got
beard.
me.
He's got a beard
He's
and
got
long
a
hair.
full beard.
Why is the 5-year-old bringing down the percentage of cavemen? Because it's not a man yet.
Yeah, they need to draw a dotted line there.
Yeah,
At like 18.
There needs to be some kind of distinction there.
Yeah. Should I? Do you think I should?
I would say
comment?
there's probably that comment on the thread because people on Reddit are just
Yes.
I
absolutely.
mean,
out of their
I'm
mind.
pissed. I'm triggered.
They're analytical like that. Listen to this. This or that. These aren't that interesting.
Are we answering?
Yeah, we're gonna answer them.
That hit your tooth.
Did I hit your tooth, dude?
Hit the mic.
I thought it hit your tooth
All-
that hard.
All of his teeth are now chipped. Lloyd Christmas
I
looking.
was just gonna say.
looks like caveman teeth now.
The funniest part about that is that he chipped his tooth during the filming of that movie and was like, "I'm keeping it because it's funnier."
No, he did
I
not.
swear.
I think he did it pre-movie.
Dude, it happened during. I swear to God.
Even if it was before, and he was like, "I have a movie coming up, and I'm choosing to keep it like
Yeah.
this."
Yes.
But it was a natural chip.
I thought it was Sharpied in.
No, it's a real chip.
Jim Carrey
We're talking about Jim Carrey.
is
actually had a
legend for
chipped
that.
tooth in Dumb and Dumber.
That's something I learned today. Today I learned that Jim Carrey actually had a chipped
I
tooth.
can't believe you didn't know that.
I don't-
We love Dumb and Dumber.
We do love Dumb
collectively.
and yeah.
I've been to the hotel where they filmed. Remember when he's running up the stairs and he says, "Let's have a race" or whatever.
Yeah.
That hotel, the Shining was. Based off
My
of
brother
that.
and sister-in-law went there on their honeymoon. They stopped in for a night.
Yeah,
Is it actually in Aspen?
It's in
No.
Estes Park.
yeah, it's in Estes Park, Colorado,
So close by.
gateway to the Rocky Mountains. But
John Denver.
John Denver, dude. But
full of-
we learned that Jim Carrey stayed in the same room that Stephen King did, and he got so creeped out he couldn't sleep in there. and he like ran out and said, "No, I'm done."
James Carey did that?
James
I think his name is Jameson.
W. Carey. Jameson W. Carey.
Drew Carey.
Are you guys ready for some of this or that?
This or that.
All right. Actually, these are kind of dumb because I grabbed this on Pinterest. And so it says this or
I'm
that.
excited.
Random. This is the random version.
And we are two of the most random people that you probably could.
All right. Movie marathon or color run? What would you rather do on a Saturday? Movie marathon or a color
it's
run?
just dude, every Saturday I look forward to my color run. That
Dude,
seems like a
takes 4
once
days to
every
get-
like 3 year
Yeah.
event.
Okay,
Once a year.
Let me raise the question this way. On Saturday, November 3rd, I don't know if Saturday is. I don't know if November 3rd is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Say the first Saturday in November, you can either do a Merry movie marathon, or you can do a color run. What would you do?
Movie marathon.
Yeah.
What if it was June and it was nicer weather?
Probably movie marathon.
I would do a color.
All right,
run.
one of you guys needs to sit in this chair, and then again,
disagree. We start.
Dude, I'm not going to do a color.
what if it was with the girl you liked? What if she wanted you to do it?
a marathon?
It's not a marathon.
No,
It's
a
not a
color
marathon.
run. A color run. It's like a 5K. It's 3 miles.
Every week?
No, one time.
Once. Just
Once.
Just
If
once.
you had a choice, and the girl you like said, "Hey, Billiards," that's his nickname because his name's William. Billiam. Billiards.
I
Thanks,
love
Brady.
the etymology of nicknames. It's
nice
one of
word,
my
by the way.
favorite
Thank
thing
you for
ever.
that.
You're welcome.
I forget the word etymology.
The edamame of a
And a mame of nicknames.
So if the girl you like was like, "Hey, Billiards, this Saturday, let's have a movie marathon," or "Hey, Billiards, this Saturday, would you be open to doing a color run with me? I really like running." What would you rather have her ask you?
Movie marathon.
Because it's going to lead to kissing?
No. I
mean,
mean that's
I
a
mean,
benefactor,
yes.
but yeah. But I would much rather run through, a series, a Star
Lord of
Wars
the
or
Rings.
a Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or something.
Tried to watch the original 3 Lord of the Rings one time with Modi. Fell asleep 45 minutes into the first one.
That's prototypical for you, though, with a movie. You have to watch them in 5 to 6 chunks, even though they're an hour and a half long.
That's true.
And
that's
so,
true.
but
He knows I can't watch him. When I start to watch a movie, here's what if I'm not texting and the phone is in another room, here's what starts to happen.
yes,
Oh, that couldn't be more true. Or you just put on a movie and leave. You
Like
put
I
on
did
a
with
movie
the Equalizer,
that you
dude.
want me to watch, and then you leave.
All right, so listen to this. What Ryan is referencing specifically, one time I had all these friends over, and I had to
A living room full of friends.
a living room full of friends, Ryan's friends and my friends. They were mutual friends. So it wasn't like I was hosting it, and then I left Ryan with all my friends. In fact, most of them were Ryan's friends, but they were also my friends. But I was really enjoying hanging out with them. So listen, I had to leave. It was a Friday or Saturday night. I had to leave for a little bit to do something. I forgot what, and I was like, man, how can I keep these guys all like dialed in and like stoked so that when I come back in 45 to 60 minutes, the spirits are still high. And I was like, oh wait, I just saw this movie, The Equalizer, with Denzel Washington in it. And so I found it online somewhere, and I was like, I sat down with them for like the first 10 minutes, and I was like, guys, check this out, dude. It's like, watch this.
Got us hype on it.
Everybody was like hype, and I was like, actually, I got to step out for a little bit. I got to go do an errand real quick. I don't remember what it was. I got to step out, but I'll be right back. And I came back, and here's what everybody was doing when I got back.
Dude, you came back with like 5 minutes left, and we were on the edge of our seat.
Dude, it worked.
You got us.
It worked. You're right, though. You're absolutely right. So when I watch a movie, I either leave during it or I fall asleep during it, but I have to come back late.
last time I was down in Nashville, this happened.
We watched Pineapple Express over 3 segments.
Yeah, and
Funny movie.
oh, so funny, dude.
I was
Funny
crying.
movie.
Dude, the best. Danny McBride.
So how could you not watch that all at once? Like, you're laughing. You're
I started to
engaged.
fall asleep.
It wasn't my choice. It wasn't my choice.
It wasn't your choice.
I'll
I
explain
started
that to you
falling
right now.
asleep.
It wasn't my choice. It was his choice.
You
We
made
had
the
to
choice.
break it up.
You're right.
We had to break it up, and I said, you know what? He's got to see this full thing. I'm committed. If it takes 3 days, it takes 3 days. So, but we watched it all.
3-day
and
movie.
We cried.
Yeah, we did.
There was a scene. Are you going to talk about the scene?
I wanted to talk about the scene.
We don't need to.
You got 15 seconds to talk about the scene. Go ahead.
Danny McBride. So the barn where they're raising all the weed in the movie, it explodes, and they come out, and Danny McBride is coming out of the barn, even though he's been shot in the stomach, and he's got a neck brace on.
And he was in it when it blew up.
He was in it when it blew up, crawls out of the barn, and his first words to Seth Rogen and James Franco, their characters in the movie, is, "Hi." And we died, dude.
He's on all fours, injured and mortally wounded in several ways, and he's crawling.
He was shot 24 hours before this in the stomach.
Stupid.
Dude, I saw that movie in theaters, and I don't think I've seen it since, and I remember dying.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Oh, back to this or that. Were we done on that topic?
No, we've only answered one of them.
All right.
One question.
All right. This or that. I know what you're going to say, Ryan. House cleaning or cooking?
What do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? I like cooking.
Ryan loves to cook because I lived with him.
And this guy's got smell rage.
See, he does have smell rage,
Sound
dude.
rage. He's got smell
He
rage.
does, lots of rages, yeah.
Go ahead. I do have a couple quirks.
You know what? It's
And
funny
Ryan-
is because I watched one of the episodes earlier when you talked about your roommates, and I was surprised that you only commented on Ben and you didn't comment on. I would like to just talk about that.
I think I did comment one time. The only thing I ever commented was that I would be sleeping, and I'm a very light sleeper.
7:30, 8 p.m.
Very light sleeper.
6:45. Going to bed early tonight.
After supper.
Hey, I'm headed to bed. I gotta wake up
You've been tending to the cows all day anyway, so it's
6:44 at 5 rolls around. Watching a
I
movie.
should probably
falling
turn it
asleep.
in.
yeah.
Throw on Pineapple Express. I'll be done in the first 10 minutes. I would wake up at 3 because Ryan tours for a living under normal circumstances, so he doesn't live on the work 8 to 5.
I have a strange clock.
Yeah, you work 8 to 5, and then you're doing things you actually like to do from 5 to say 11, and then you go to sleep 11 to 7 or something. So I would do that. I'd be living that, and I would go to sleep, and Ryan is on a different sleep schedule, and then at 3 in the morning, I'm like this.
Not 3 a.m. is an exaggeration.
Wait,
As
I go out in the kitchen, Ryan's sauteing a full pan of asparagus and Brussels sprouts.
Listen, it wouldn't matter if I'm sauteing something or warming up rice in the microwave. I'm getting a text that says, "What's for dinner?" This man put a towel down to block the smell of the door. How was that offensive?
Does
apparently?
anyone send more passive-aggressive texts?
I had this coming. I made this bed.
Oh, dude.
I was just chewing on ice. What's for dinner?
3 rooms away. I just hear.
I was in the backyard.
I was in my car, dude, eating McDonald's. What's for dinner?
Smoking a candy cigarette.
So this is
He
what it was
smells
like.
a candy cigarette.
Granulated sugar wafting through
Refined white sugar. This is what it was like to live with me.
No,
It was a good experience.
Dude, I'm a super light sleeper. I am.
Yeah.
So both of us.
You sleep with a white noise machine.
Yeah, we've been on like the Bourbon Trail and other places where we've been vacationing, and we each bring our own white noise machine. And when those things are going at the same time,
It's harmony,
glorious.
beauty.
It's glorious.
It's
we love it.
wonderful.
So cooking for me though.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
So what about you?
For
Remember
me,
the alternative? It was cooking or house cleaning.
it depends on the area of the house.
I gotta say, your house is one of the more spotless
It's
houses
immaculately
that
kept.
I've been in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will keeps
For
a
a
beautiful
30-year-old man, you dust.
30-year-old bachelor, I
You
dust.
dust.
He dusts.
I do dust.
Have you been in the bathroom since you've been here today? He's got a candle going
No,
in
but
there.
I gotta go. I gotta
I
get
have
there in
I
a
have
minute.
3 candles going out throughout the perimeter.
Yeah.
So depending on the room that you're in, it'll be a different
It's going
scent.
to be eucalyptus or whatever.
Right.
Thieves oil.
Maybe a little bit of myrrh.
Frankincense.
Yeah, Frankenstein. But yeah. So depending on the cleaning will depend on what I say. But like if it's the bathroom is the crux of like I do not want to clean
Do you wear gloves?
this area. No.
Oh, that's
I don't
like
either.
that's like the most.
Producer Jordan got on me for that, actually. He's like, you don't wear gloves? I was like, no.
Oh, I don't wear gloves either. I would say the bathroom is probably the room that I clean the most out of any room, in the
Including
house.
the toilet bowl?
Oh, I scrub it. Well, when you're me, you have to scrub it. You have to scrub the toilet.
Well, here's what. So I had that issue at my house, and producer Jordan was like, well, why don't you just get a toilet brush? Because the way that the way that my toilet bowl angles, it's like every time I go to the bathroom, and this is crass, but every time I go to the bathroom, number 2, it looks like a crime scene in there.
Yeah.
But I swear it's just because of how it's angled, dude.
Yeah.
Like you have to sit forward on it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But anyway,
and
toilet
because you
brush.
recently got into coffee.
Yeah.
I recently got into coffee, dude. If I don't have coffee for one day,
This is crass. It's
Headaches.
getting crass, though. It's
you're
insane
right.
how
But-
long these answers have gone. We've
The-
answered 2 questions.
yeah. So I have
Yeah.
more, unless Will. Oh,
That's-
I was just gonna say, bathroom is the crux of my cleaning habits. Everything else, dude, when it comes to the kitchen, especially when it comes to a gathering area like this, it's got to be up to full code every single day.
But wait,
True.
isn't the crux mean like the most important?
yeah.
So you messed up.
The bane of my existence is the bathroom.
All right, that makes sense. Okay. I knew what you meant.
I wasn't trying to. I wasn't.
No, you were being
I
an
wasn't
English
trying to-
major
I
on me.
wasn't trying to flex
You were
my
being an
degree.
English major on me.
I wasn't trying
No.
to flex my degree. I'm still paying for it.
All right, listen to this. Just got a couple more. Okay. Why would they say hipster cafe or restaurants? Huh? I guess I don't really understand that one. But I'm going hipster cafe.
I would take either at this point.
Restaurants
I
being
miss-
Applebee's or TGI Fridays.
Oh no, yeah, I gotta have a hipster cafe then. I have to go to restaurant
That place on tour.
and it being closed.
You guys want to hear a story? This is a great story. We always bring this up every time we tour because Ryan and I play in a band together, aside from his main band. But we were out on tour, and Ryan is a traveler that likes to get the local flavor, the local cuisine, get a really get a beat on the culture, the local
you.
culture,
Thank
right?
you.
And I respect that because I like that because you're the type of person who drags me out to do that, and I'm like, man, I'm really glad we did this.
It's fun.
He's the catalyst, really, for that type of stuff. And every group needs a catalyst, guys. That's what I've been trying to explain this whole time. And so, anyway, we were out on tour. Now you're finally starting to get it. I've been trying to explain it this whole time. We're out on tour, and we're in the middle of nowhere.
In a-
Let's say that
A
in the south
podunk
somewhere.
desert town.
Yeah. Like, say New Mexico or
Yeah,
Texas or
yeah.
something. In the middle of nowhere, though, not like Dallas or Austin or something. And we're like, man, it's getting to that time. Like, we need to eat. We're all starving. Can we stop? And Ryan's like, he's like, were you on Yelp or something? I'm like, he was like looking up local stuff. Maybe. Or maybe we were looking for a road sign. That
I was
said-
looking for anywhere to pull off because we've been driving in the desert for like 6 hours.
So we finally find this exit. It's got like Taco Bell, whatever. And then one thing says restaurant on it. Restaurant.
Just a restaurant.
And Ryan's like, oh, yeah, let's do here. And I forgot who was driving. It may have even been you.
Yeah, I think
So you don't even know what menu to
I
expect.
have no idea
just-
what it
point.
is, but I was like, I don't
dude,
want-
restaurant. I've never heard of that before.
It could be like box bar menu in
Yeah.
Plymouth.
Yes.
Oh, it could
be a
was-
very limited Americana, or it could be some really good stuff too. You just never know. That's the dice you roll when it comes to
Yeah.
restaurant. So we pull off to a restaurant, and it's the most haggard looking. Like it kind of looked like a Chinese restaurant,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it
Like
was-
Chinese,
it was rough.
Asian influence. Yeah. And it's across the parking lot from one of these brand new Taco Bell KFC combos.
Oh, you have to go there then.
And so that's what I'm saying. Whenever you go and dine in at one of those places, your food comes out hot and grilled, and it's great.
Well, everybody did end up going there.
So we all get out of the van, and Ryan's like, we're all like, dude, that place looks whack. And Ryan, at this point, now he's taking a principled stance. He's like, I have to. My heels are dug in far enough, right?
Yeah, I'd gone too far.
Yeah, you had no choice.
I had to commit.
You had to commit. So me, Wasim, and Cody, we go to the Taco Bell KFC combo. It's great. We're loving it the whole time.
You guys are sitting.
We're sitting by the window,
the
too.
window area, like sitting,
Looking
a
at
booth.
restaurant. We're looking at restaurant from here. We see Ryan walk over there, and we go order and stuff, and then we're back at the table, and I go like this. Oh, dude, look, he's coming back, dude. He's looking all like
The walk
sullen,
of shame, dejected,
crestfallen.
dude, most dejected.
So was it closed? I don't know
It
if
was
I
just
ever got
closed.
the story.
It was just closed.
It was gonna be bad anyway.
It
But
just-
restaurant,
I had to eat crow.
Yeah.
you
I had to
did.
eat crow.
You had egg on your face at that point.
You guys all ended up eating at the Taco Bell KFC.
Yeah, but he ate after us. We were done by the time.
They were done. I had to eat alone. I was like,
That sucks.
Yeah.
But
I brought it upon myself.
yeah. Now, when you go to I don't know how common those combos are anymore. Like, I know that there's
Dude,
one.
they're everywhere.
Are they really?
They're everywhere still.
That-
Sometimes they're like Pizza Hut though.
Yeah,
Like,
Pizza Hut is in there.
Pizza
Yeah.
Hut, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell.
But
Yep.
dude, why like those don't seem like the most like
They're not synonymous.
kosher.
Yeah, I don't know how
Mix.
nice they play together.
Yeah. But can we talk Taco Bell for a second? I would love to talk
could
about.
We'd be remiss not to.
You're remiss not to.
Now, I know that you've spoken about your Taco Bell menu ordering, type system.
By the way, I found a new Taco Bell by my house. It's one of the best
Life-changing.
ever. Yep.
Okay.
They don't mess it up.
Nope.
That's
They
not
do
true.
everything the
Yeah,
exact
true.
way I ask. It's
Yeah.
important.
I do want to ask you, Rye, like, do you work the same way as Drew, where you have like a couple of pinnacle items and then you throw a third one on there that's a mystery item? Or how do you operate?
No. I have the same thing I get almost every time, and they're always modified.
Modificated.
And it's going to be a
They're all
beefy
modified.
potato taco.
You know what, though?
It's going to be a potato taco.
No, because they took the potato off the menu. They took the
messed up.
potato off the menu.
They did.
I see. That's the thing I modified is that I added potato to like almost all of my items.
To sub for
Well, no,
protein?
not to sub. To just like add. So I
Oh.
would do like a bean burrito, add potato, but also I would get it grilled because it's high maintenance, whatever. But it makes a difference. Think about the bean burrito. You know how soggy it is. Getting it grilled makes a difference. Anyway, they took the potato off the menu. I've been one time since that happened. It's just not the same. So,
Yeah.
But no, I don't do that. The mystery item seems kind of insane to me.
Well, hand me the shanks. Said that
It
into the
sounded like a
mic.
fake
Give me
word.
the shanks.
It sounded like a fake word.
The new Taco Bell item.
Yeah. But I heard that they're removing the Mexican pizza as well.
I think they already passed that legislation, actually.
Did they? That already ran by without my consent?
Well, they had 2/3 vote. So
Well, I'm just saying that my jurisdiction means
it does extend to the
Yeah.
You're right. Well, so I don't know. There was a loophole. There always is.
There always is, yeah. It's
When it comes to Taco
kangaroo
Bell- when it
court.
comes to
So
Taco Bell.
kangaroo court.
Taco Bell is on my S list right now.
We should go there after this. Hey, listen, John Versations just joined. So did David Varlato.
John and David, two funny guys,
Special young.
two special men.
Who are these men?
So John Versations, he's
This is two people Will has never met and maybe never will.
John, he hosts a podcast called John Versations. He's from
Oh,
this
I've
area.
seen him. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's been a staunch supporter and advocate for Stouting Off podcast, which I thank you as always. And he had Ryan on his podcast one time.
I've been a fan of John. I mean, John, honestly, John was like my local music hero.
True.
John was my local music
He was
hero.
in like the band that really got Ryan interested in music.
Oh, nice.
Ryan was a baseball guy
Yeah.
/ wearing FUBU, and then he was like, "Oh wait, local bands
But
exist."
now I'm back to wearing FUBU. I'm in a band, but I'm back to wearing
He
FUBU.
he regressed.
I don't know. I
FUBU.
think I feel like I
He
progressed.
Hey, the prefixes matter.
And so that was my local music hero. David Varlato is my local pee drinking hero.
True. Wait, he's done that. Oh,
What does that mean?
oh yeah.
You can't just say
So
that.
David
Yes, you
actually
can.
played drums in Speak Low before I did on tours.
Before Drew could commit to going
Yeah.
on tour,
Yeah, David was.
David
their
played
drummer.
drums.
Yeah.
Accidentally took a sip of a pee bottle.
Oh, good.
Thought it was water.
In
Thought it was water.
like a touring
Super
van.
parched. Reached down under the seat for the water bottle. Wasn't
In
water.
in the van or something.
In the van.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Took a sip. Enjoyed it. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it.
He's like, "Wow, is there lemon in there?"
I just
Lemongrass is
blasted
before,
David, and I'm sorry, but that is that is a cherished memory of mine.
Oh, it's special. It's incredibly special, and I wasn't there, and I live vicariously through the guys whenever they talk about it.
It could have been you, and I couldn't even begin to imagine that reaction.
Well, I'll tell you, I've had a close reaction. I drank hookah water one time. So that was in Virginia Beach in Norfolk, Virginia, and I really struggled with that one. It was extremely hot. Our van had no AC. This was with Which Way's Home, Eric Nicolo. And our van had no AC. I was hot, overheating, because I run hot naturally. And Chris Hanstead had this Tropicana, like it used to be a orange juice or orange pineapple juice bottle, glass bottle, that he was now using as his reservoir for hookah filter water. And I found this thing, and it wasn't attached to the rest of the mechanism. And I was like this.
Chugging it. You swallow. You actually swallowed it,
It all went down. 4 gulps.
bro.
I feel like I just tasted it again, dude. It was disgusting. I didn't even know what hookah was, man. Now I do.
Still don't.
I
And
remember
still don't. But that didn't taste good.
getting picked up by I can't remember the exact scenario, but
Still don't.
but my dad picked me and my friend up from around the in the neighborhood or something like that to give us a ride home. I don't remember what the scenario was, honestly, but we rode in the bed of his truck.
As you do.
that was
As
fun.
you do.
That was fun as a kid.
Yes,
I
dude,
mean,
it still
honestly,
is fun.
it would still be fun.
Yes.
But it was super fun as a kid. And when I was back there, I'm like, oh man, I'm really thirsty. And I saw, why I would ever think that a bottle of Pepsi rolling around in the back of the bed of a truck would be a good idea, even at 10, 11 years
Dude,
old.
imagine drinking Pepsi, first of all.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it.
That ain't it.
But,
No.
just the thought
So
that
it's rolling around a truck bed.
it's rolling around in a truck bed, which I'm sitting in, and I go, I'm thirsty, so I uncap it and take it down, and it's rum and whatever else. It was literally
And he's
just
just
almost straight alcohol,
wasted in the back of the
and I'm like,
truck.
what
bouncing
did
around.
dude? I
Was that the first time you had alcohol, probably?
yeah.
Rum was the first alcohol I ever tasted as well.
Really?
Snuck it at a friend's party, like a parent party.
Oh,
I didn't like it.
rum stinks to this day.
Didn't
still.
like it.
I enjoy good rum.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say it was like dip spit.
That's what I
No.
thought. Chris Hanstead has a story about that.
But
he
dude,
did that at a
like,
party.
if it wouldn't have been my dad, my dad has never dipped or anything like that.
But it
If
would have
if
been
it would have
dip
been
spit.
someone else's random person's
Never
truck bed,
dipped, but-
that could have easily been dip spit.
Never dipped, but it was for some reason he was dad dip spit.
He was Dad
collecting-
Dipspit. His nickname was
from
Daddy
Dad
Dipspit.
From
Dipspit.
that day on, his nickname was actually
Daddy Dipspit.
Dipspit.
Daddy Dipspit.
Daddy Dipspit sounds like a rapper,
It
Yes.
does.
a country rapper.
Yes. Dude.
Oh, let's do one more segment.
Dude, us three could just talk about anything.
NT
And it would get to a point where we were like, how did that ever get there? And it would be like 3 hours later.
Yeah. Actually, those are all the topics I had written down. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we probably wrap up within 5 minutes? Do you have any closing arguments? Closing arguments. I think that might be it. Will's thinking. What do you got, Will?
I
Will
have
always
nothing
has
at the moment.
something. Will always
No.
has something.
Will I got
Well, listen.
chambers empty right now.
We're gonna start. I'm gonna start to wrap it up. Then I'm gonna do my closing arguments.
Actually bums me out.
Kind of bums me out too.
Had a good time.
It's kind of whack, dude. Off the mic though, I can show you guys how we can do this on Bonded and Bottles.
Off
We
the-
can just go over to Bonded and Bottles.
Off the mic puts the mic closer.
Let me just tell
off
you
the
guys how we
mic.
can do this.
Off the mic, I want to tell you that.
But listen, guys, this has been the first and by far the most successful version of the Stouting Off podcast live. So I want to thank you guys. If you guys have a second, can you just throw the applause emojis in the chat for my guests?
Yeah.
And my best buddies, Ryan Graham and Will Woodington. And if you haven't had a chance, give these guys a follow on Instagram. This is Ryan Scott Graham. If you haven't followed him already, most of you, / many of you are probably here because of him. So you follow him already. But Ryan Scott Graham, and this is Will Woodington, but on Instagram it's Wood Willington. Or you can follow his bourbon Instagram account, Bonded and Bottles. Yep. He's a key bourbon influencer. He's one of the most important voices out there in the spirits world, in the spirit world.
I have to say,
Thank you.
it is a genuinely good follow. It's a good follow.
It's a
Thank you.
good account. He posts good content.
And I don't even ever drink bourbon unless I'm with like you two.
Yes.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Or
the
if I'm
applause-
listening, and if I'm listening to you two, I usually pour myself a cup.
Well, the applause
Bono.
speaks for itself. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this. Or
Oh,
not,
I'm
but
seeing
I mean,
emojis
it's just, they're
going
just
off.
They're just pouring.
Wow,
in.
they're just pouring in those three.
Andrew Morey, Brent Spalding, Skylar Barnes.
Those are
appreciate
great.
I
you.
mean, truly. Again, so
Wow, we got 4. Is that someone else?
David
or is that
Barlato saying
same
he has
same person?
PTSD about drinking piss.
listen,
We
you
brought
guys,
up a hauntful memory.
He just joined in. We started roasting him immediately.
Remember when you drank? Oh, Cheryl's here.
Oh,
wow,
my gosh.
Cheryl.
Hi,
you're
Cheryl.
Up late.
Cheryl didn't hear.
Cheryl
Yeah,
didn't
she
hear.
didn't hear
The
that.
connection
No,
disrupted for her.
She
Remember?
didn't hear the comment.
we purposefully
Yeah, we-
disrupted
we-
the connection when we talked about him drinking pee.
That's right.
No, but
Yeah.
we
We
also
censored.
knew that she's doing her own podcast, and we were trying to
Well, she
Oh,
is.
the rival podcast.
rival podcast.
Yes.
Cheryling off. That's stupid. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, this has been the Stouting Off podcast, where we.
Spout off commentary on the
about the everyday
everyday.
That's it, you guys. Bye. See you.